Hi everybody. One of the students asked me if I would make a video of a few of the activities from our last week's class so that you can have a reminder and something to practice with. And that seems like a fun challenge. So this is just a very quick, I'll run through it once, you can see how it's done, and then I urge you to do it more times than that. So one of the things we did at the beginning of the class was starting in Wu Ji with our feet shoulder width apart, tailbone pointing to the ground, eyes of the chest open, back of the neck lengthened, connected through the top of the head. And then you can do this to start your morning. We were softening our feet and feeling that connection down below. And then we were feeling into any tendencies towards out of balance. And this can be whatever personal theme you're working with in the morning. But so let's say you're working with the theme of, we were working with Fire Horse. And we were feeling any tendencies towards out of balance, Fire Horse, any rushing, any speed, any sense of being at odds with our external environment, not matching our internal environment. So we just reach up and gather any of those out of balance tendencies. And then as we're bringing our hands down in front of us, we're just allowing those to clear from our energy field. Making space, letting go of any of those tendencies. And then we connected in with things, qualities, tendencies we were inviting in. So for Fire Horse, we were working with steadfastness, sure-footedness, confidence, steady movement forward. And as we bring our hands down, we're filling in those spaces that we just cleared. Allowing our system to fill up with that sense of confidence or steadfastness. And then for the third one, we're anchoring it in. So you can just, again, gather those qualities and anchor them in, or you can pick one word. Let's say I'm working with steadfastness. So I'm just going to gather up that sensation, that quality. I'm even bringing a picture in my mind of a horse kind of plodding along. And then I'm really filling and anchoring that quality all the way down to my system and allowing my hands to rest right below my belly button at my lower dantian. I might even sense underneath my hands a sense of warmth or a sense of movement as I anchor that quality. And then another one we did was parting the wild horse's mane, and we were really feeling that center line coming into horse stance. And again, your horse stance can be knees barely bent, or maybe you want to come down into a deep horse stance, which of course would be working on those thigh muscles. And so we've got our two hands and our Lao Gong points connecting with each other, and our bottom hand is that yin hand, that inner resourced energy for ourselves, and our upper hand is the yang hand, the energy that we're putting out into the world. And so as we're bringing our top hand out into the world and it starts to come back, we're switching places so that our bottom hand becomes our yin hand and our top hand becomes our yang hand. It's kind of like the mane of a horse as it's flowing side to side, but you can see that my center line, the body of my horse, remains steady. Even as this movement, this switching back and forth from yin to yang, keeping my hands, my hands are in relationship to each other. Yin and yang are about relationship to each other. So again, you can drop into this and really play around with it, feeling that sense of out and in. And I actually just noticed like this bottom hand was wanting to go out too. And you want to make an effort to really hold that yin and then allow them to switch. Hold that yin for your own system, because as you're going out, as you're sharing yang energy out to the world, it becomes sustainable and it becomes steadfast when you're holding that deep internal yin, that sense of your own essence, that sense of your own strength and nourishment and being held. So, parting the wild horse's mane. And then the last one was working with the 3 dantians. The last one for this video was working with the 3 dantians, and we do each one 3 times. I'm going to do each one 1 time. And then for you to just kind of remember what it was, and then you can go back and do it. So reminder, our 3 dantians: lower, below the belly button; middle, in the center of the chest; and upper is the 3rd eye between the eyebrows. And as we're inhaling, we're visualizing going into that dantian. And the dantian is like an energy center, an energy area, where we take out in information and we put out information. And we have lots of different areas of energy in our body system. These are just 3 major ones that we're working with. These are also energy centers. The whole acupuncture system, each one of those is a tiny little meridian. And then in the chakra system, there are meridians all up and down the center line. So, as we're doing this, just bringing in those visualizations, connecting, expanding. Okay, so I'm just going to go through and do each one once so you remember how it goes. Inhale, connecting. Om Hari. And then you do that 2 more times. And I like to drop my hands in between each dantian just to give my arms a rest. Inhale, connecting with that heart center. Om Hari. And again, 2 more times for that dantian. And then the lower dantian. Inhale, connecting. Exhale. Om Hari. And when you finish, you can take a moment to come back to Wuji and notice how you're feeling. And then just gathering, inhale, gathering all of that fresh chi that's generated and bringing it down all the way to the lower dantian. So I hope you enjoy, and happy home practice.